Hey guys, it's Layla from Ignite, and in today's video I'm going to give you my thoughts and commentary on T.S. Eliot's Preludes. But before I get into that, please do like and subscribe to our channel and click the bell for notifications if you want to be alerted when new content is coming out. And if you're looking for resources to really help you navigate your way through your HSC studies, check out our website at Ignite HSC. But for now, let's get into today's video. Okay, so what you can expect to see in this video is a summary of the ideas and indeed the progression of what occurs in Eliot's Preludes, an overview of key elements of form and techniques that Eliot uses in the construction of the poem, and key themes. So if you are writing a paragraph or an essay on Preludes, some ideas in terms of what you could base those paragraphs on. So, starting with my commentary on what occurs in the poem, it is quite simple, Preludes. It's basically a 24-hour journey that the persona takes us on, moving through elements of the urban landscape and moments of framing individuals within their kind of domestic setting. So in so doing, we see a very clear picture of the decay and the debris that really characterizes the urban landscape, but also this sense of mundanity in the routine of modern day existence, how one day kind of passes into the next. And you also see in this poem this expectation of mortality as omnipresent and inevitable, because you do have that motif of time throughout the poem. And the marker of time is, of course, a certainty that with the passing of time, one moves closer and closer towards their death. So I think in a kind of tripartite sense, we have reflection of the urban world, the decay of that world, the passing of time and the mundanity of everyday routine within the modern landscape, and how that eventually leads you quite close to your death or mortality. You'll notice in the way that I framed the sequence of those ideas, it's trying to show you guys that you always want to have like a logical way of expressing your ideas in relations to the poems, and also reflect that in the construction of your essays. It's a nice point to consider. You always want there to be a progression and indeed a building of your ideas, a cumulative one in your essays when you're exploring ideas. So if you've been tasked to write an entire essay on Preludes, starting with elements of the external world, the way that individuals live within that world, and the message that we're left with at the end of the poetry, i.e. mortality is inescapable, would be a really beautiful progression to order your ideas in relation to this particular poem. But I wanted to frame for you the opening lines because I think that they beautifully capture this sense of the urban landscape and the individual's journey throughout it. It reads, "The winter evening settles down with smells of steaks in passageways, 6 o'clock, the burnt out ends of smoky days." So like Prufrock, which begins with the evening settling out against the sky, here we have the winter evening. And I think winter and evening are both images of death and mortality. Winter is a sense of lifelessness, unlike the fecundity that we can associate with spring. And the evening, the end of the day, the end of a life, you can see that these motifs of mortality are established within the urban landscape. And there is often a proximity between a sense of death and the way that he connects that to the urban world. Now we've got this sense of olfactory imagery here, the smells of steaks in passageways, right? The smells of kind of burnt flesh or cooking flesh is not very pleasant. We can also see there intermixing with the olfactory by the way refers to smell, the olfactory imagery, the sense of sibilance, smell of steaks in passageways, 6 o'clock. And that sound, the sibilance there is certainly quite sinister, the way that it evokes through the auditory nature of the poem the sinister, dark undertones of the urban landscape. So it's very interesting to consider how poetry as an auditory form is mobilized by Eliot to express those elements, those dark elements of the landscape that he's trying to convey. 6 o'clock, we have the first motif of time introduced, the burnt out ends of smoky days. And notice how he frames the end of the day. It's burnt out. The reference to smoky could be a reference to modernity, modern life, the factory setting, the urbanization. So think about it. You're moving through, it's dark, it's cold, there's old smells of cooked steak, it's 6 p.m., It's smoky, it's burnt out, it's not a very pleasant atmosphere, and this links to Eliot's construction of the decay of the urban landscape more broadly throughout the body of poetry. In terms of form, he uses what we call vignettes. So each distinct part of the poem is its own vignette. A vignette is an intensified episode or a moment in time that is explored, and it's really distinguished by the emotions that build that particular portion of the text. And it's kind of like an intensified snapshot, which is what each of those parts of the poems really represent, an intensified snapshot of different times and different settings of the urban landscape. You also have the use of synecdoche, which is the focalization of a part of something, and he uses that in the way that he kind of dehumanizes the human body. He refers to, the trampling feet, for example. He never refers to individuals in their entire existence. They're always broken into synecdochal parts, and I think it kind of dehumanizes the individual as an object merely navigating their way through the urban landscape. And this soulless representation of individuals as kind of submitting to urban life frames his warning of the decay of humanity, much like the landscape, as we progress through modern life and existence. And you've got the imagery of debris as well. The debris, the breakdown, the smokiness, the blackness that constitutes the urban landscape. So nicely segueing, some key ideas, of course, urban decay, isolation. We don't see moments of beautiful connection between individuals. Everyone is isolated within that landscape. Mundanity with time, the cycle of time, the cyclical nature of everyday existence as an extension of that. So I'm hoping that you're getting a strong feel for what Preludes is about. It is this journey through the urban landscape, but in so doing, it frames the decay of modern life, the omnipresence of mortality within it, the sense of inescapable and indeed suffocating mundanity that is characterizing urban life, and the individual's inability to connect within that. So guys, I hope you're feeling a bit more confident in addressing Preludes, and you've got some ideas on which to base paragraphs, some starting points in terms of analysis, and I've given you a bit of analysis on the opening itself if you want to go forth and use that within an essay. If you have any questions, please do comment below and I'll do my best to get back to you. And if you want more analysis and guidance on your English studies, please check out our website at Ignite HSC. We have loads of content on there to help you navigate your way through HSC and really excel. But for now, guys, please do like and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you do like the content, subscribe to our channel and we'll have more videos coming your way.
That's right, guys. Thanks for watching, and please make sure you check out our online resource database. We've had a team of state rank achievers and heads of English put these together for you, covering everything from essay structures and examples all the way through to craft of writing and comprehension skills. So check them out at ignitehsc.com.au, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.